Good evening and welcome back to the FFS podcast. I'm your host Praddy once again, and this is episode number 5 of season 2 of the end-to-end series. Now, for those of you who are joining us here for the first time and don't know what the end-to-end series is, it's basically a series that I started last year where we do watch-alongs to the big games over the week, whether it be midweek or the weekend. And for today's episode, we are going to be watching their KLASSIKER, and that is the game between Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, or in this case, it is the game between Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich at the Siegel Iduna Park. It's a game of huge magnitudes every year because normally these are the two teams that are fighting it out for the Bundesliga title, and I suppose this time it's not. I mean, we're too early into the season for fighting for the title, but Bayern find themselves in third, and Borussia Dortmund find themselves in fourth, and a win for either side could actually put them up to the top spot in the Bundesliga temporarily, of course. And yeah, we're going to see how this match pans out. Fair warning to those of you who have watched us in the past. The first warning, I suppose, is that the matches that we watch aren't generally like thrillers. They are either one-sided or they are bore-fest. So hopefully this match proves to be the opposite. And then the second warning is that every time we do a watch along with Borussia Dortmund, they always lose. So this could bode well for Ahaan here. And all right, so I guess before we get to watching the match and before we get to talking about the team sheets, I think it's best that we start off with introductions. And let's start off with Ahaan. So Ahaan, welcome to the podcast. It's your first time here. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Thanks, Pradhan. So, hi everyone. My name is Ahaan. I'm a part of the Bayern India fan club for the past, I would say, seven years at least, and I've been a Bayern fan since 2014. I would say a German national team fan since about 2010, ever since the 20 World Cup in South Africa. And yeah, it's been great fun. Love the club, love the national team as well. So yeah, and it's fun, with the fact that there's so many organizations in India, and a lot of fan clubs in India coming up, especially for the Bundesliga and for German clubs. So it's a very good thing. Very happy to join this podcast. Thank you for the one. So, yeah.
Awesome. Next, we have Dorian. So Dorian, welcome to the podcast. Again, your first time being on this podcast. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, thank you. So I'm Dorian. As you might know from the name tag, and I started supporting Dortmund from quite a young age. It's kind of funny. I decided for them because of my local cricket team, where they wear yellow, and Dortmund were the only yellow team in the Bundesliga at the time. So I decided to support them, and I think I have made the right decision because it has really been a roller coaster along from the 2014-15 season where we basically scrapped away into the Europa League to the 18-19 season where we bottled the Bundesliga. I'd say it's a really fun time supporting Dortmund.
Awesome. All right, great. So thank you for your introductions, both of you. And yeah, I think it's time now to talk about the team sheets for both teams. So being the home side, Dorian, let's talk about Borussia Dortmund. What are the changes that they've made, and is there anything in particular that you think is a surprise or someone that you didn't expect?
Okay, so far I have noticed 3 changes. One is the return of Matsus, and another one is Thomas Meunier not being in the squad, and Adeyemi being benched. And two of those are surprises because I have never seen Sula play right back. I have seen him dribble, and I do think he might fit that role as a right back, but I don't usually expect Sula to play as a right back. He's usually a centre back. And when you look at this team, you originally think they're probably going to play a back three, maybe with Marlon as a wing back or something, which will probably be stupid. But I think this is an experimental thing with the defense. And with the attack, I didn't exactly expect Karim Adeyemi to get benched because let's be real, he's just starting to come back a bit. I'd say he's start finding his feet, and I did expect Marlon to start, but I didn't exactly expect Brandt to start. But I, in the best way I can put it, I think Edin Terzic is trying to rotate his squad a bit more. So I think one match Adeyemi plays, one match Marlon plays, and I guess that's the way it happens. And yeah, Alexander Meyer, it's a bit tough. Maybe they could have played Gregor Kobel, but then again, he could have gotten injured. So I think that's a weak point. It's Meyer basically. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Ahaan, in terms of Bayern Munich, like any surprises, or is this the sort of team that you expected Nagelsmann to put out against Dortmund?
I think this was the team I was kind of expecting. Maybe Kimmich would start, but he's just come back from COVID, so maybe he'll come off as a bench option, and he's an extremely amazing bench option to have. And answering Dorian's question, I'll just answer Dorian's question. So Dorian did mention that Sule doesn't play right back. Dorian, when we had a lot of injured players out on the Hansi Flick, Sule did play right. He's like we Sule Dino at right back because the way he used to dribble, he dribbles like anything, right?
Yeah,
And
I've noticed.
he's really good, right? So he's 6'5", he's big, but he can dribble, right? So we'll see him at right back today, or maybe they're planning like a back four in defense, but when in possession, he will move into a back three, something like that. Maybe that's what Dortmund are planning. Those are just planning. For us, I think
Yeah.
it's a very expected lineup for Bayern, and we've got Muller out, Lucas Hernandez is out. We've got Coman back and Kimmich back, which is good. So maybe in the second half, there'll be very good bench options. So yeah, pretty much near expectations.
And Dorian, in terms of no Marco Reuser being in there, he's obviously been injured.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge miss, right, for Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, I would say it's a really huge miss. I mean, Marco Reus is also, I think they also lost a bit of creativity in Marco Reus. He can, make runs. He can create chances. He can also score. And I mean, yes, is I think a joint top scorer with Moukoko. So yeah, it will be a really huge loss when it comes to playmaking.
Awesome. All right. To those of you watching watching this watch along live as well as the match, feel free to get involved. Let us know your thoughts as well on what's going on, and if you probably spotted something that we've missed, please do let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, I think we're seconds away from the kickoff, and I will start putting the timer now. I suppose, even if I'm probably a slight delay. That's all right. All right. So, again, to those of you who are joining us here for the first time, I think now we will do our mandatory time check to find out how delayed each one streams are. So, guys, okay? So, Ahaan first. What's the timing on yours right now?
21 seconds.
Dorian?
Now now it's like 30 seconds. Now it's 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
So I think you two are fine. I am a second or two ahead, maybe, which is fine because I've noticed that I'm normally like this, and I suppose towards the halftime it just sort of evens out later on, and I lag. It's just the brilliance of Sony Live. So here's to hoping here's to hoping that here's to hoping that it doesn't buffer anymore. Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, sometimes Sony Live also has also suddenly just cuts out and starts playing adverts for me for some reason. It goes into a green screen, it starts playing adverts, I restart the app, it once again and does that once again. But I don't think it's like a issue with Sony Live because other people are also reporting, but maybe it is.
If other people are reporting, then it is an issue with Sony Live. If only you're reporting, then it's an issue with your account.
No, not just with like Sony Live.
Suppose it
like
is.
other people with like
What?
Other people.
Wait, that's like it's already a yellow card in this. Okay, that is.
Yeah.
Sabit.
Wow, but that is early. And
with the free kick.
Yeah,
That's early. 2 minutes. I mean, this is just reminding me of the Sevilla game where Sevilla were just going on us. They were going at us.
oh,
Yeah, but that was a good win midweek for Dortmund. Very good win. Despite all the, I
Yeah,
think there were a lot of players out. Good win for BVP.
yeah. If we get the Sevilla Mayer, we might get a draw, maybe a win. Who knows? If we get Sevilla Mayer.
yeah. That like I said, man. Every time we've done the watch along with BVB, it's not been a happy result. So
Yeah.
hopefully this time, because the moment I asked Kostab, right, for someone who was from the Yellow Wall group, he sent me your name, and then later he's like, "But dude, every time you do a BVB watch along, we lose." So I was like, "Yeah, I can't help it. Like, it's not my problem. It's your team that like." And then he said, "Hopefully this time there's a change." So
Sane, good defensive work rate from Sane.
he's revitalized. He's been quite good of late.
Yeah. I think it's
I
not.
also
Yeah.
just
Go ahead.
notice one thing. Marlon might actually do the same thing he did against Sevilla and just go for it himself. They're like signs where he's just trying to go by himself.
So Sule is playing right back. So Sule is playing right back,
Yeah, he is playing.
and he has just given. Oh, you got two. So you got Hummels and Sule, two former Bayern players in your squad.
Yeah.
How's that for a role reversal? Huh?
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of weird because usually people say it's Bayern buying the best players from other Bundesliga teams. But we have a Bayern Munich backline, former Bayern Munich backline, basically.
Yeah, that's a completely former and somebody's fallen. Who's it? Bellingham. Oh, Bellingham's fallen.
Okay, I think you're definitely ahead of me. Yeah, okay.
I think so.
Oh, wait, I am
Dorian,
way behind.
minute count, Dorian?
I'm at 4 minutes and 25 right now.
Yes, 4:43 for me.
Whoa, okay, so you're now 10 seconds ahead. Okay, I told you, that's okay. That's because I suppose you're watching it on TV that way. I suppose that's fair enough.
Yeah, sometimes I can also notice it from the notifications I get. Sometimes I get the notification way before a goal happens, and I'm like, yeah, I'm either happy or sad, depending on whether it's super for us.
Yeah, just put your phone upside down. That's what I do. I don't want any one football again notifications to spoil my fun.
So yeah, so I think in 2017-18, I was in the UK and I used to only watch it on like the third party streams at that point, like Champions League football. And I used to always get the notifications way before, but I had this habit of like taking a video off. Something went wrong. Brilliant. I had like I would take. So when I knew that Liverpool was or something, I would take out my phone and take like a video of that goal, which would just which would be. So I was kind of like grateful that I had that time, so I knew how to prepare myself for it. Yeah, some like nowadays it just ruins it.
Yeah.
Always
Let's
noticed
see
about
what's going
Dortmund.
on.
What I've always noticed about Dortmund is that they always find a way to lose. See, because
I know.
they always find a way to lose the shit games. You know what I mean? No offense to other teams, but
Yeah.
like the mid-table, bottom-table clashes, which they are supposed to win so comfortably. They've got a very good squad, Dortmund. They just bottle it, and when you least expect them to win, they win. And
Yeah.
when they play against us with like the blood, sweat, and tears on the pitch completely. Always.
I mean, I think we saw that with like Man City game, but we almost beat City. I mean, Alexander Meyer turned into the another version of Karius, but we genuinely were fighting neck and neck with City at one point. But then you see a match against Curl, which you expect to win, and you immediately see the bottling DNA. I mean, we also have a term for it. It's called the Dortmund DNA, and that's that we can win every single big match and then lose to like the bottom team Like we could lose to Bochum after winning against Bayern, for example. It's just
Yeah, correct, correct. I mean that's what happens, and that's what happens a lot in the Bundesliga. It happens a lot,
Yeah.
and that's one of the reasons why nobody can keep up. Even if they are ahead of us over a season, then nobody can keep up because they start dropping points against mid-table, bottom-table opposition, and that's what Bayern
yeah,
doesn't do. Bayern beats the big teams also. Bayern beats the small teams also. They try to be more consistent. You just have to be more consistent. That's it.
yeah,
Yeah, because over the past few years, Bayern have given Borussia Dortmund enough chances to win the league. It's not like you've been so
Exactly.
impenetrable that, like you've won every game. There have been enough and plenty chances for Dortmund or even Leipzig to put up a decent enough threat or fight,
Exactly.
especially early on. So, yeah, I agree.
18, 19.
18, 19, even I think 15, 16 season comes to mind when it was Thomas Tuchel's first season as coach for BVB. That team was
Yeah,
awesome. It was an amazing team. And
yeah,
that season's Klassiker, which took place at the Signal Iduna Park only. I think it was one of the best games I've seen. It was a 0-0 draw, but it was an amazing 0-0 draw. It was fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah, at that point, yeah, those teams were fine. And then it just became, I mean, nowadays, Dortmund are more of a development team where they develop
it's
these
just
young
like
youth
it's
players
a
and then have to
development
sell
hub
them.
basically.
Yeah, yeah.
It's sad.
It's a,
I don't like this term for BVB because I think I mean they're one of the few clubs other than Bayern who won the Champions League. They were right, and I think they had that whole financial crisis, right? They had a whole crisis back in
Yeah,
2004. So I think that bad experience has really, stuck with them, and they've become very
yeah,
financially prudent.
yeah. They've become very frugal because I remember even for winning the Champions League, they were like spending really huge amounts of money compared to other teams in Germany, and they really found themselves in a financial hole. So they're like, okay, let's not do that again.
Yeah,
So they
correct.
basically
To
adopted this model.
buy players on the cheap, develop them, buy very talented, extremely talented players on the cheap, develop them, and then maybe sell them on for a profit or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
so we got a comment on or from the chat saying, and I don't know whether this is directed at because this guy's probably a Chelsea fan. He says Chelsea is the best club in the world, and I don't know if it's directed at the Bayern fan out here in Ahaan to rile him up, but yeah, no, definitely
Yeah, I
not.
mean, even a Chelsea fan, proper Chelsea fan will tell you, oh, we are nowhere. They will say that we are the best club in London, for sure, and that's like a decently valid claim, but not the world, nowhere
maybe
near.
that I think maybe that's from my side because I just saw a YouTube link pop up and it's for the link for this. So maybe someone is watching, maybe someone isn't. Because I
Yeah,
remember some people were like, say when I revealed that I was coming on here yesterday, some people were like, say
Yeah,
this, say that. So maybe it's from my side.
yeah, maybe, but definitely not the best club in the world. Like
Definitely
far
not.
from it right now. Yeah. London, sure. I think overall, given the trophies that they've won
yeah,
of
Chelsea. I think
late,
Chelsea can be
sure.
the
Yeah.
best club in London. Yeah, I mean, very strong case, very strong
And
case.
Chelsea is I think London is blue when it comes like overall trophies, but right now it's
Whoa. This list handing out yellow cards like it's no one's.
what
No, but the tackle from I
this is
mean, as a
just
Bayern fan, that was too
Oh,
aggressive.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, it was bad. It was
yeah.
bad. Not sure where my.
2 cards already in
Okay.
10 minutes. That is
Yeah, that is something. I mean, I think this can force Nagelsmann to, go into a couple of substitutions in the second half just to ensure that nobody gets a second yellow. Yeah. See, what I love about Bayern Dortmund every other match in the Bundesliga is that the intensity is so high. I think it's the highest in Europe. I've not seen. Maybe the Prem comes close, but no other league. La Liga is slow. Serie A feels very slow, right? But
it's
the
just defense, I
Bundesliga
think.
Yeah.
and are like really fast and really, really intense.
Uh,
Yeah, I suppose in intensity in the Premier League, there are very few. I mean, there are a few clubs who actually have that sort of intensity or that sort of style, but it's
Yeah,
probably inherent or a like a Bundesliga DNA for most teams to play that pressing. Yes, it's definitely for you, dude. Dorian. Someone saying Dorian says Sankirt is the goat. So,
That's me.
that is what.
That's my classmate. That's my classmate. Wow.
Okay, all right, sure, brilliant.
Now I'm probably regretting that decision to say that I'm going on the podcast.
That's all right. Yeah, I suppose it's. Wait, when you say class, how old are you?
Like 15?
Okay, fair enough. I can understand then the comments coming in on the chat.
All right.
Definitely. Yeah.
It's, how is this Sali Ocean do this quite good actually, in my opinion. Oh, that's a big tackle. Yellow card has to be a yellow. Bellingham has to be a yellow.
For me, it's still like a throw-in.
That's a yellow. Has to be yellow. If he has handed out yellows to
Jesus.
then,
How many?
That was crunching. That was mad.
Oh, that's a yellow.
That is actually Musiala versus Bellingham, like lads who've known each other since they were like 10, 11 years old. Good,
Yeah.
They're so competitive in the game.
No, but two of the best. Oh, I mean, he did get the ball though, but it's two-footed challenge, so I suppose that's the danger.
That's a
in terms
Brexit
of-
tackle if
yeah.
I've ever seen one.
But it is definitely, I think, in terms of the Musiala and Bellingham, definitely two of the most promising youth players in the world right now.
I mean,
Yeah.
it used to be a Lewandowski versus Haaland thing. Now it's a Musiala versus Bellingham thing. This match.
Yeah. I think Jamal Musiala's rise was expected, but it wasn't expected to be like this early. Like people expected him to be still like a prospect, but no one expected him to be like this good this season.
He's amazing. I mean, his
Mane
close control is.
Mane needs to get into form now. He's fallen off a bit. Like he still gets decent goals, but it's like I think the sort of player that he was at Liverpool to what he is right now. I think he needs
the
to.
intensity of the German league.
I think he needs to like adapt to the tactics because I think he has played something which is more similar to Dortmund than Bayern's tactics. I mean, it's Klopp. So
I mean, Nagelsmann is not too far off, but I do say that I think he does need to adapt a lot more. In terms of the Bundesliga, I don't think that much because the sort of style that the Bundesliga has to the Premier League it's not too far off. I can understand if you go into the Serie A, then it's quite a huge, huge change in the style of the game. But Bundesliga is, I suppose, more towards his
similar.
style. But I think
Nice ball. Oh, Gnabry is in. Can the ball inside? Yes, he can. Oh, Schlotterbeck. Nice defending.
I think there's some noise. Are you guys hearing a pounding sort of noise? I don't know if it's...
what?
There's a slight disturbance.
Dorian, could you just mute your mic for a bit? Just 1 minute.
1 minute. I'm unable to mute it for some reason.
Okay, I'll mute
because-
yours. I'll mute you. One minute.
Alright.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Dorian, you can hear me though, right? Just nod if you can hear me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can read your lip. So, I think this. Are you putting your maybe your speakers hitting thing because is it hitting a box or something? Is it the thing is if I'm speaking or if Ahaan's speaking, there's like speakers. It's bouncing off some.
I think
Just try
it's
lifting it
probably my. I think it's my mic. It's right. This is, I don't exactly know
No,
why.
it's not
So
that. No, it's not that. I'm pretty sure it's from your speak. Just lift the phone up or something. Let me see if it.
it's balanced on two boxes and
Hello, hello. Yeah, I can still hear some. I don't know what it is.
if that's some kind of interference, it's because my parents are watching some Netflix on the other room. Sure, that's the thing.
No, but that's not the that's the thing. It just okay. I don't know. All right. That's
This game is extremely congested.
okay. 1 minute. I'm gonna just mute. Yeah, just yeah. Okay. Um.
Upon are very, very compact in the middle, like a full five in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Sane on the ball, yes.
I'm getting kind of worried.
Um, okay. All right. Yeah. Dorian, do me a favor. Could you just check
Yeah.
your audio settings and see what your output device is or something? Because anyone's talking and it's just really pounding
I
on
need
my.
to change because it's at a different orientation. It was not allowing me to access any of the settings.
Okay. Can you just you can go out for a bit and just come back and rejoin it and see
Uh, how do I?
be able to.
I wait a minute. Oh wait, I just
Just get off
let me
the
just
thing, not the exit the.
I don't know where the leave option
Okay,
is.
I'll try and remove you from there. Let's try and see that if it hopefully gets done. Um, yeah, I think right now it's just being a battle in the midfield. So
Yeah, big battle. Yeah, another big challenge from Pavard on and on. He just kicked Bellingham. So Guerrero on the set piece, he gives in very good deliveries. Rafael Guerrero. Oh, that's a good ball. Almost a very, very good ball. And now we should hit them on the break. What are we doing?
what's the time that's showing right now for you?
Another challenge. What are you doing? Time is 20 minutes, 40 seconds.
Okay, so like only good 20 seconds. Let me try and see if I can find. Okay, let's try and see. Hopefully he's back.
Hopefully this works.
Hello.
Yeah, he's
Hello.
back.
Yeah, yeah, it seems so much better now.
Yeah, I think I changed it because it was on default. Changed from default to wide headset. Maybe that's because.
Okay, so oh wow. Okay, so someone's asking Bellingham or Barella. Ooh, interesting. I think mm, that's a good question
No,
actually.
not a yellow.
That
Not a yellow.
Bellingham because of age, I suppose, and
I'd
I mean
say
for if you're talking about me personally, I would take Bellingham for the age, and I suppose he'd suit my team a little more. But Barella's
Yeah.
nowhere like he's not as far off as many people think he is. I think he is class talent, but I just worry that from being from the Serie A, I don't know how easy it would be to adapt. But that's just me. Dorian.
yeah. I also think Bellingham is better than Barella simply because of the age and yeah.
How old is Barella? 22, 23?
23, 24, I think, something like that.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Not too.
But he's very good on the ball. But he's more of an artist. Bellingham is more action, both sides on the ball, defensive.
yeah.
Sane 35.9 kph speed.
Yeah.
I think Sane also had like a similar start to Mane, no? Like, when in the first season, it's kind of
Yeah, he
off.
was. Yeah, funny. Both top Premier League players. Like that, I think Sane and Mane you would consider as like top five Premier League players in the last 4 5 years, and they weird. They struggled. I did not expect that.
I think it's just
But
adapting
Sane
to
is
how.
coming back. Yeah, I suppose. So, okay, the reason he asked is because he's wondering Perez will sign either. So for Real Madrid, I think they are looking at Bellingham more than Barella. I think for them, Bellingham would be the Modric replacement long term. So.
I
Yeah,
would.
correct.
When it comes to like a footballing aspect, I would say Bellingham, but there's an unexpected aspect as well. And for Real Madrid, that was like the whole brand personality. I mean, that's why Gareth Bale didn't exactly fit in Madrid, in my opinion. So
Fair
I
enough.
think for the
Yeah,
brand
I
alone,
suppose.
we'll say Barella.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying, but yeah, I don't. I would say I would put my money on Bellingham. I've heard reports that they are targeting Bellingham, um, and I would think that out of all the teams that are probably going to go for Bellingham, they probably sit quite high up there. I don't think City will go for Bellingham just because they. Oh, that was
That
really
was
close though.
Oh, Uy, oh, that's super Macaro.
yep.
Another player
It's
who's
also
who's
will
probably
be
improved.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Moukoko performs in his like first ever the Classiker where he's starting.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would have liked to see Sebastian Haller in this game, man. It would have been fun.
Yeah,
Can
Sebastian.
we agree that Real Madrid is the greatest club of all time? Yeah, I can't
Ah,
see an argument
yeah,
against why. I think in terms of just the trophies won, the brand, the everything
yeah, everything.
probably
It's
is. I think in terms of also what they're building right now, it's quite scary because they've got a very good foundation for the next 10 to 15 years.
yeah,
Like
Yeah,
they've
the
already
midfield.
replaced Casemiro and Cruz. Yeah, if they get Bellingham, then that's bridge done. They have Valverde over there as well. Then it's just insane
Yeah,
how easy.
Vinicius.
they just need to find a new
Yeah, I
striker.
suppose exactly. I was about to say, and if they had gotten Haaland, which I still think they could from City, it wouldn't be that difficult, I suppose.
Yeah,
Um, just because I feel like Madrid is the sort of end goal. Madrid, Bayern, and Barca probably like your like the finals. I don't think anybody moving from Real Madrid, Barca, or Bayern Munich. And I say Barca in here just because of the name, not because of the current situation.
Yeah,
But anyone
yeah,
moving from there is only going either down or it's a sidestep. So just because of what Barca has achieved in the past 10 years is why
pass.
I'm putting there. But
yeah,
anyone, I mean, right now I wouldn't add them anywhere close to. But yeah, overall in terms of no, I don't think that. Okay, so yeah, so I think Real Madrid have a good argument for being the greatest club of all time. I can't argue against that just because of their history and the trophies that they won. I mean, I
yeah.
would disagree. No one wants to join Barca unless they get rejected by Madrid. Okay, that's not true because we've seen.
Oh, foul,
Ah,
ref. Yes,
oh,
this game is intense. That's what I love about the Bundesliga. Yeah.
yeah,
Every game is a battle. Every game is a fight.
Yeah, all it needs is a few
Yeah, So it's really compressed. Even we are not able to put 3-4 good passes together. And Dortmund, to their credit, are defending well, very aggressively
But
also.
this is a rarity for us because usually we're very bad at defending, but yeah, somehow managed to.
Okay, we're getting continuous to see. So is Haaland more complete than Mbappe? Two
Yes,
different sort of
in
players,
my
I would say.
opinion, yes. In my opinion, yes.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, for me, they're two different players. I think in terms, if you want a pure striker, out and out striker, sure, Haaland is 10 times better. But I suppose Mbappe, mm, yeah, I don't know. Right now, Haaland is definitely on a better trajectory than Mbappe.
yeah,
Um, I think Mbappe made a huge mistake not going to Madrid and staying with PSG. I think this was the time for him to have moved from there. But is it more complete? I don't know. I don't know. In terms of goal scoring and probably the movement in the box, sure. Apart from that, I think Mbappe gives you a little more on the wings. But what happened?
I mean, we pressed high. Dortmund gave the ball away, and then Alfonso Davies passed the ball. But there were two players
Yes.
in the box. Oh my God! I mean, what are you doing? See, that's Musiala. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Why are you shooting from there? Shooting from
Why
there?
is my screen?
Good job.
uh,
Moukoko is doing
Come
well.
on.
He's finally showing
yeah.
the talent which he was rated for. Finally.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, speaking of
that's
Moukoko, there's actually like another Moukoko, so-called Moukoko, coming to right now.
Okay.
So,
okay. But I think that's where you need someone like Haaland there in that sort of situation.
yeah, and
Um,
still this Haaland is the type of person who will somehow manage to come and score a goal. I mean, he comes into the space he creates and he moves in towards the ball basically. Like,
yeah. Oh,
oh,
I actually feel like you guys just keep Sula as your right back. Forget about Munir, man. Seriously, honestly, it it's not like you're getting a downgrade or anything at this point.
it's an upgrade if anything.
Yeah.
I mean, Sula at right back is pretty good. I mean, now that Murray is pretty much injured for like I'd say a year, I think Sula can be a can be considered a best right back. But I mean, we also employ Wolf at right back, so
I'm just trying to see. Okay,
Guerrero.
point. Oh, that was a
Guerrero scored a
Sula
screamer
Guerrero.
against Sevilla, right? In the
Yeah,
midweek.
left leg. Us like
His left peg is amazing.
it's a cannon. That's
Yeah,
what I
it's
had to say.
Oh, that
I
year when
think he
you
has
guys
also.
had. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, you can continue. You can continue.
Okay. No, I was saying that the year that you had Guerrero and Hakimi, that was really fun to watch Dortmund play at times because those two fullbacks were insane going forward.
Yeah,
Can Sula provide the pace and runs though? No, definitely not the pace and runs,
definitely not
but
the
he's a
pace.
lot more solid over there. Okay.
I'm sorry. But
Yeah,
what were you guys saying? I mean, he can provide the pace, he can provide the dribbling, the runs. If you want like a Alexander Arnold or Robertson kind of fullback, Sula doesn't do that. He goes more in field.
Yeah.
yeah. I've noticed that even as centre back, he was going really in field.
He does that.
But I think like as centre backs go, they are quite decent in dribbling. Like even for us, we've seen a couple of center they dribble quite well into the midfield part. But I suppose when you're talking about the wings, you do think about people who are a lot more pacier, and that's about it. A lot more pacier, at least. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
they're more dribbler.
But Sula is very fast. Sula is pretty fast.
For a guy that big, yeah. I mean,
Big. It's like he's like 220, 230 pounds, 6 feet 5. If he, and his top speed is around 34, 35 kph. He's hit that. So if an attacker gets hit by him at that speed, going at that speed, it's a big challenge.
Yeah. It's like getting hit by a bus at that point.
Best ball playing centre back, the
Yeah.
one playing Bayern, Upamecano. He's amazing on the ball. But obviously, I think if you would think top 5, I would say Alaba is there. Martinez is also good, but he hasn't shown anything. Dortmund are tracking back very well.
That is.
Oh,
Yeah. Come on, we need at least a goal to
Musiala.
set it alive.
Sabitzer.
Take the shot.
Oh,
Oh, goal! What? Oh, okay, yeah. You get that.
that's something
Fair
else
enough.
there.
That was fair enough. Oh, that was perfect. That was such a good goal. I
Yeah.
was prodding him from here to school. Sorry?
Mane had good involvement in the goal, like in the build-up.
Yeah.
I think it's Goretzka who scored. Good ball, low finish, but I'm
Yeah.
surprised why didn't Hoop try to block it? Oschan, Hummels, Bayer was doing
Who? I don't see who is actually covering him. Oh,
Ooh, I thought it was Sabitzer. Okay, it was Goretzka.
Goretzka.
No.
yeah, it was.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
No, Goretzka, right?
Yeah, it was
I
Goretzka.
think it hit Oschan a bit. I think it did hit Oschan a bit.
No, I don't think so. I think Oschan tried to challenge, but the ball missed everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it missed everyone through his legs.
Yeah, it went like that.
Deflected. And it's quite sweet hit as well, like away from the keeper as much as possible.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Kamavinga or
Alex-
Kamavinga?
I saw the question, Pradyuman, Kamavinga or Gavi. I would say Kamavinga for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hands down Kamavinga. Like, I don't
Can
think-
Goretzka do it on a cold, rainy night in Stoke? Yes, he can. He can absolutely. If he comes to any Premier League club, he will absolutely show you. You guys will be fawning over him like you fawn over Haaland. You fawn over, I don't know, other players who come from the Bundesliga. So
Yeah,
I'd
predominantly most of them.
so KDB.
KDB. Yeah.
Son. I mean, he's not really that good right now, but Son.
No,
I mean-
Son. Yeah, definitely. He is still quite good.
I'll give you some names. So
Not a
Son,
form.
let's go with first. So Son is there. Man City. Look at Man City. Manuel Akanji is the most recent transfer in Man City, and he was. If Dorian will, knows more obviously. So he was a good defender. A little bit inconsistent sometimes, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Dortmund have a good chance. Dortmund have a good chance. Oh. So yeah, sorry. So Akanji was very good. Right, but at Man City, he's being hailed like a second coming of Vincent Kompany. Okay? And
Yeah.
then in Man City, you've got examples like Kevin De Bruyne, and then you've got Aubameyang at Arsenal, who was amazing. I mean, there are tons of players who are amazing. Even the ones who struggled because they were they were not, I would say, bought properly. Because the system also matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
System
the thing with like players like Sancho right now. That's the system.
Exactly. Sancho was so used to having an overlapping fullback like Rafael Guerrero in that half space, helping him out. And Sancho is all about combination play, right? Link up play, combination play. He's not getting that at United. It's so sad that that kid is being wasted. And Werner and Havertz, again, wrong systems, everything. They struggled, but Havertz, despite that, still managed to make something and score the Champions League.
Havertz is still, yeah. I think Werner was definitely in the wrong system. I think,
Yeah, definitely.
and that it's surprising because he was under Tuchel, but definitely not the right way of playing him. I still feel like we should have gotten Werner rather than Chelsea. I think Klopp would have used him in a lot
I
better.
agree.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect player, perfect Klopp player, like spot on player, and they were in for him, right? I think they were in for him, but it didn't happen. Liverpool were in for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a little beyond the price range, but I think anyway, and I don't think Chelsea would have sold him right now to us directly. Uh, and then after that, yeah, yeah. So apart from that, I think in terms of the who else, I think Thiago. I mean, whenever he's not injured, he
So
does well
Thiago
for
is
us.
amazing. Thiago's, I think, is your best
Thiago,
midfielder.
yeah. I think hands down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, it depends. It's just the consistency that in terms of not being injured, his
Yeah,
injury
correct.
record isn't the greatest. So
Yeah,
that's
correct.
the only issue. But
Same
otherwise,
thing.
fair enough.
Pradyuman also, I think, I mean, moving away from the Premier League, I think, for example, when Lewandowski had that Ballon d'Or shouts, right, when he came second in the Ballon d'Or in 2021,
Yeah.
everybody was discounting his 41 goal record, like, oh, anybody can do it, my grandmother can do it. But now he's gone into La Liga at Barca, and he's the highest top scorer right now.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
Absolutely dissed for scoring so many goals for Dortmund, and people used to say, "Oh, he's doing it in just in the Bundesliga. My grandmother can score there." He's gone,
yeah.
and he's on 15, 16 goals already in the Prem. He never did that in Germany. So,
I think
Yeah,
it
I
took
know.
him like what more than half of the season to get 15 or 16 goals in the Bundesliga, even like when he was fit.
yeah,
The
correct.
fact that he's been able to do it in like what within 10 games or something.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, yeah. The moment he moved to Barcelona, everyone was hailing him as the next
Yeah.
coming of like
Yeah, I mean,
whoever they're great. Like, yeah, I wouldn't say
Like
Messi, but
Suarez
whoever they're.
or probably.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, yeah.
not even
So
Suarez.
everyone forgot about Suarez.
Suarez nowhere near. I
Yeah.
mean, Haaland has already surpassed Suarez's
Suarez
Suarez
in
like in the
Champions League goals.
Champions League. Yeah, he's surpassed him.
Yeah.
That's like, and he's
Barca.
also what 22, 22. Haaland?
No,
He still
so Suarez, I think lifetime had 27 goals in the in for in the CL, 27, and I think Haaland is already
I think it's like what
close to that.
28. I was like,
I
yeah,
I kind of do. I kind of like. Uh, Whereas the thing is, he was playing with us for a while, and we never were in the Champions League except for that
Yeah,
1 year.
that's
So
yeah,
he's probably had fewer years than Haaland in the Champions League, but that's not to say that Haaland has, basically he's on record to on course to break any record that stands in the league and in the Champions League the way he is. And City are just like the perfect foil for him. I mean,
exactly.
when you have someone with the vision of Kevin De Bruyne, you could easily see him
But but I'll
score
tell you
tons.
something. But I'll tell you something. I was even I think if Dorian, when did Dortmund face City? I think it was last season or last to last season.
the last time Dortmund faced City it was this season, but I think in the quarterfinals was last to last season.
Yeah, exactly. And even in that game, at the Etihad, Dortmund were amazing. I think that game should have been a 2-2 draw enough. Bellingham goal was incorrectly ruled out.
Yeah,
Something like
Yeah.
that when I remember that match. And
there
that's
were
the thing.
like
I mean,
questionable decisions in both
yeah,
halves,
there were
but
decisions questionable, and I think Dortmund can go toe to toe with any top team in the world. There's no. It's just people think, oh, it's City. Oh my God! But then you see, a top team is a top team. Doesn't matter which league they
yeah,
play in. I would say only in the top five leagues, a top team is a top team. About out of
Yeah,
it, I
and
don't know.
plus when it's City in the Champions League in a knockout game, you know that you have a chance, no matter who you are,
yeah.
because you know Pep's going to tinker with something or the other.
Overthink.
Yeah,
That's what he did in the final.
Yeah. Yep. That's a friendly little nudge.
yeah. Serge Gnabry is taking too much time on the ball. Yeah, I don't know why he's so slow in his decision making. He had three runners in front of him.
And all this time, I just felt bad for Alexander Meyer because I don't think he expected to play these many games, especially the Klassiker. As a,
That's, that's okay actually. Oh,
but I will say this as like a second choice keeper who came from the second division of the Bundesliga. That's second division.
Meyer against Sevilla was amazing. Fantastic.
Yeah, like his double save to deny El Nasiri. That's
Oh, very good.
that was really good.
So this is an interesting question or an interesting way of putting it up. So is Haaland going to have Ronaldo's influence? And I don't know which Ronaldo it is, but for me it was probably CR. I mean
Yeah,
R9.
this
But
is yes.
fair enough. So no, okay, yeah. So having Ronaldo's influence on youngsters, or will Mbappe ever have that? Uh, I don't know. I suppose right now,
Goretzka is being so poor. My God, so poor.
except for that goal, yeah.
Except for the goal. Yeah, so he's just
I don't know.
being
In terms
like
of that, I don't think. Sorry, yeah, go ahead first.
he's just basically being brand. That's it. Like he'll score just one banger and then just play
Oh,
poorly.
Hmm.
So, like,
so I don't think they're gonna have. I don't know about the influence wise. It's too early. I think you definitely need to have the longevity, and you need to win lot of trophies. In which case, probably Mbappe has got a lot more trophies, but Haaland's got the more like the more flashy goals and all of that stuff. So
yeah.
influence wise, it depends on how long they sustain it for. Okay, I think Dorian, I've got that same issue again now. Not sure why that is.
Oh, again.
Is it gone off? Yeah, just check the setting if it's.
All right, now I can access.
Yeah. Uh,
It's okay. Our audio output is always on default. But
no, put it to put your output, right? So that should just be
yep,
your headphone, shouldn't it?
yeah. It's just as
Maybe
it should. It's just as default. It doesn't exactly say anything. It's only in the input where it gives me options.
ooh,
Okay.
Bellingham hit Davies on the face.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, it's still there. I'm not sure why.
Oh shoot!
Okay, we'll change that during the halftime and see what we can do around with it.
Correct.
Oh, he just kicked him right in the face.
In the face.
Hey, hey, Parikshit, what's up? Yeah, doing well. Uh, thanks for joining in. And yeah, tomorrow's game will be fun as well. Unfortunately, won't be covering it on this like a watch along, but yeah, it should be fun.
I just feel like Mayer's like kryptonite is just long shots. Like I swear to God, every single game we have lost, he has conceded some type of long shot.
Okay.
I mean, though I suppose this was difficult for any keeper unless he was like tall enough.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dizzy. He's actually dizzy.
Hmm. They probably
It
do
is.
a concussion test, right? They have to do a concussion test anyway for a
Oh,
head.
does it, from my angle, it looks like it has. I don't know what does it has swelled something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. That's not what you want to see here.
That's not good at all.
Well, I hope Fonzo gets better.
Yep, it's half time.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, great. Uh, all right, guys. So what we're gonna do is we'll take a quick 5 minute break. We'll noise as well, the volume as well sorted out, and then we will get back to talking about whatever's happened in the first half, and then we will get to watch the second half, and we'll come to your questions as well during the break once we've during the halftime break as well. Yeah.
All right.
I guess we'll wait on our guest to come on here. Then we will talk about what happened on the first half. Hello? Yep.
Nope.
Yeah. Awesome. So, guys, of course, the first half just ended of the KLASSIKER, and let's probably talk through first off your thoughts on the first half, and then we'll get to certain events that have happened. Then we move on to the questions that we have on the chat here. So, Dorian, first half from Dortmund, obviously going down to 1-0. So, my voice just cracked there. But going down to 1-0, what did you make of it?
I would probably just say that was from not exactly the keeper's fault. I mean, Bayern played well. Mane's fault himself was especially really good. But apart from that goal, I would say Dortmund have been really, really solid considering everything that has gone, all the injuries, and the fact again we haven't exactly been on form as of late in the Bundesliga. This is a really good performance considering all of those things.
All right, and Ahaan?
Yeah, so I think that I think the Bayern played quite poorly in the first half, to be honest. Because I think maybe the shape is wrong, so they had to dive into a lot of challenges, and they got a couple of yellow cards as a result. And then what I noticed was that the passing, especially in the middle third and the final third, is not up to the mark. Maybe it's Dortmund being very compressed and very tight between the lines and really keeping the lines very close together. So there's not a lot of passing options. I noticed that as well. But yeah, I think we can do much better with our passing, and decision making is a little off, especially in and around the Dortmund box. So yeah.
Okay. All right. I suppose I would have to agree with both of you. I think the battle has predominantly been in the midfield for both teams. Like neither team has really penetrated the penalty boxes of the oppositions. Um, I, Probably due to a fair tackle being put in or a not so fair tackle being put in, or even just poor passing. So I think that's something that we should hopefully see in the second half. Some more crisper passing, better passing amongst the midfield. And I'm going to try. It's going to be interesting to see how Bayern cope with the injury to Alphonso Davies as well. I'm keen to see how they go. But let's talk about like certain issues that happened. We spoke about a lot of rash challenges being made. Not only it started off with Bayern Munich making a few of them, but of course Jude Bellingham and a couple of the Dortmund players came in to try to even the score out. You guys have any sort of problems or criticisms of the cards being dealt out, or did you think all of them were fair given the challenges?
I would say most of them were fair. I mean, and apart from Jude Bellingham, I think the only player who got a card was Emre Can, I think, and it's pretty much expected for him to get a card at this point.
Okay. And Ahaan?
Yeah, I think I agree. Fair on all fronts. I think even there are a lot of people online right now who are saying that Jude Bellingham should have received a lot of Bayern fans saying that Jude Bellingham should have received a second yellow for that high foot challenge which hit Davies
Yeah.
in the face. No, I don't think so because he was unsighted. So it can happen in a game. So it's okay. It's fine.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I also think it would have probably been a little too harsh for that. It does happen generally. It wasn't of any malice or anything. So I
Yes,
think
correct.
fair enough. In a game of this magnitude, you don't really want to send anyone to 10 men. So yeah, I think it's all right. And to be fair, the first yellow card he did sort of get the ball, but I can also see that he had to give a yellow card because of the double two-footed tackle.
Happened after.
So
So
Yeah. Okay. So I think that way it's fine, but the goal from Goretzka came sort of out of nowhere. I didn't really expect it to happen because for majority of the time we were just seeing people arrive at each other's penalty boxes and then somewhat either shoot wide or give a misplaced pass, or you had the defense actually shoring up and tackling or intercepting the ball. So Dorian going into halftime 1-0 down, what does Klassik tell his players? What is the message to the Dortmund players?
I think you would usually say try to get the ball and just try to play to try to attack more and create more chances so that we can level back up. But one thing we have also noticed this season is that whatever says the player, the result ends up being the opposite. So, like Terzic said, we were last game against Köln, we were 1-0 up at halftime, and he said we had to keep this lead. We shouldn't let Köln score. And I mean, we all saw what happened. They lost 3-2 in the end. So at this point, I don't think even talking can work. At this point, it's just up to the players on what they're doing.
Yeah, and I suppose if that's the case of that's the pattern, he should actually then say let's concede more, and then probably that would reverse the effect of it, and they probably win.
Maybe, but
So that should be the halftime talk. He's like, hey guys, you know how we let in one go? We should probably let in a few others, a few more.
maybe, but I don't know what exactly Terzic does with the player to act the exact opposite. Sometimes it works well. I mean, you saw in the Man City game, they just ended up attacking more after the half. They also scored a goal. I mean, yeah, we still lost, but we at least have a good performance. So, and much better than the first half. So, I don't know what Terzic is gonna do in the half. If I'm being honest.
I think,
Okay, all right, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, sorry. So I think Dortmund should have won that game against Man City.
Yeah.
Because I think they kind of, I think maybe it's a lack of maturity within the squad, or maybe something, I don't know. But a slightly more experienced team would have closed that game out with a 1-0 or maybe a draw max. Wouldn't have lost.
I would say it was mostly
All right.
inexperience and a mistake or two, especially Meyer.
Yeah. Ahaan, well, of course, you've got the lead going into the second half. What does Nagelsmann say? Because the first half, except for that goal, wasn't pretty. It was very, very difficult. It was very rough in every part of the field, especially in midfield. What does he tell the boys in the dressing room?
Just um, keep pass better, build a play, and since we've seen in previous games, especially against say Leverkusen and the midweek game in the Champions League, also the combination play sometimes is brilliant. So just try and reach those levels again. And once we reach those levels, I think we can hit. We can really create more chances because if you look at the XG count, Dortmund was at 0.4 and Bayern was I think at 0. We just created one goal out of absolutely nothing. That has to change. You need to, especially when you're playing in Dortmund, it has to change because
Yeah.
Dortmund can create chances anytime. They're a very good attack.
All right, great. So, yeah, we're definitely going to see how it all pans out because the players are coming out of the tunnel right now. But a quick couple of questions that we've got from the chat, of course. We'll start with again. Okay, so let's try with this. So, this is not to do with the game, but of course, the situation of
Correct.
Indian football is never getting better. Is never getting any better regardless of the talent available. The thoughts. Do anyone of you follow Indian football that much? And would you have any comments on this?
I do a bit. I follow the ISL because of Chennai FC, And I have noticed that despite the fact that we have a large population, and theoretically that population should give us a huge talent pool, we aren't exactly taking advantage of that talent pool. And also, like, I've also noticed that the facilities that many of these clubs often play at, they are not exactly up to par with what you would expect at clubs who are at countries where football is much more, like, let's say, invested in. And I think that's probably due to the fact that aren't exactly investing into the talent, or we're not exactly scouting properly. And we're not exactly getting the talent. So either we are, how do I put this? We aren't exactly encouraging them to go into football, I'd say. And due to this, many of the people who are having talents often go into other fields. So and that kind of shrinks the talent a lot. And even with the talent, we're not exactly scouting properly. So that's my thoughts.
Okay. Han, any thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, I think I would disagree with that statement because the kind of grassroots football initiatives that are taking place in India now, whether there's companies involved or whether it's just people, I think, oh, big chance, big chance. Oh my God, big chance. Dortmund. Anyway, so I think in terms of the grassroots, there's a lot of money being invested. Lots of people are watching football because of ISL. So yeah, I think I think we should target at least, I don't know, about 2026 World Cup, but maybe World Cup after that, 2030 or 2034. I think we should target qualify. We can qualify because the
Yeah.
players that I see in ISL, the homegrown players, very good. Especially we have a lot of pace in our ranks, so that's what I see. A lot of pace, a lot of technically good players, very high stamina. Yeah, they can do well.
Yeah, okay. So, well, I suppose this is the best sort of time to plug in a couple of episodes that we have done talking about this particular issue about about Indian football and where it's probably headed. I think with the talent available, there should be a lot more initiative made by the AIFF as a whole to sort of s- keep it. I wouldn't say I'm not getting the word right now, but to sort of standardize football in India, there's a lot of these leagues like the ISL and IW. They need to give them sort of meaning and importance, and they need to like clearly delineate which is in football's major league, and until they sort out their own issues, the state issues, and all of that, I don't see it getting better. But the recent FIFA ban, we spoke about that in a previous podcast, so you can go check that out. It's on YouTube. It's on any other podcast platforms. It was a couple of weeks ago that we spoke about it, so you can check it out. Uh, we spoke to a journalist in India. So yeah, that's all. You know, it's all hopeful right now. It's not really. I don't. There's not much confidence as such amongst everyone, especially. I mean, the AIFF probably has confidence in themselves that they think that they're doing better, but overall, I think there still needs a lot more work that needs to be done. It shouldn't be up to the players or individual companies who can do all of that. It should be down to the federation who should come up and make better rules. Oh, how did he miss that?
Oh my
Oh,
God, that was
Mane, are you
great. Uh,
serious?
big
Oh,
miss.
How did
oh,
he
let's
miss
go!
that?
Oh, thank
Oh, I'm
God!
sorry, but I'm sorry. Mane should be scoring that. For a player of his caliber, there is no excuse for that.
Oh, now even I'm now
Yeah,
wondering how did he miss that?
I just felt that it was going in at one point. But yeah, I think guys, we missed the substitution. So Bayern have subbed out three players and have brought on three players. And Hummels has been subbed off for Marius Wolf.
Oh, okay.
So Bayern,
Well,
So,
okay.
Bayern has
Yeah.
Kimmich, Koman, and Stanisic are on.
So who's also Sabitzer?
Yes, I think Savitzer is out.
Davies is
Gnabry is
out.
out. Davies is off. Davies obviously I think because of that injury thing. But
Yeah.
so yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We obviously forgot about that. Hopefully, we get that. All right. I just want to one probably last question that I had. All right. This is more a general question. So, Pavard's Trivela or Cruz's free kick in 2018? Personally, technique-wise, Trivela.
Yeah.
Emotion-wise, Cruz.
Yeah, same answer.
Yeah. Same
Same answer.
answer. And also,
Answer.
there's like a bit of I'd say there's a bit of bias for me towards the Cruz one because guess who assisted that goal technically? It was technically Marco Reus assisted that. So I'm like, for
Yeah,
me,
Marco Reus hit that goal. Yeah, he did.
I think that
so
was
for me,
discussed between them or whatever that they should do that.
yeah,
Marco Reus's most, I think, prominent or special moment in the German jersey because for so many years he was that player that would always miss out on international football tournaments because he would get injured just before the
Oh
tournament,
yeah.
and for him
yeah.
to have, I think that will be his crowning achievement in a German jersey. Unfortunately, he's still injured. I don't even know if he's going to make it for the World Cup squad. But
He'll be back
There's
soon.
like there's talk that he can make it. I mean, there was the only reason he's not really playing apparently is because he was ill along with the injury, which seems to be a theme now. Everyone is
okay.
seeming to get ill. Everyone just seems to get some kind of cold or whatever for some reason.
Guys, I just want to ask you what your timings are. So Dorian, what's the timing on your screen?
It's 51-16.
Okay, and Ahaan?
It's 51-36 right now. 51-36.
Oh, that is so weird. So I am ahead of Dorian, but behind Ahaan. So we got three different. So you're gonna see three different reactions, I suppose. So Ahaan will be the first one, then I'll probably be the next one, and then Dorian's gonna end it off.
That's the theme.
Hilarious because, yeah, that's hilarious because I don't think I've ever had that before on the podcast. Is Klopp's era over at Liverpool? No. James Rodriguez's Puskas Award or Neymar's Puskas Award? I don't remember what Neymar's Puskas was.
I don't.
Neymar,
I
I think
think
it was like a bit like the skill goal against. I don't know
he was at
exactly Santos.
Oh,
Okay.
And
Yeah.
James was at the World Cup, the volley.
Yeah. Oh, that was some volley though.
and
Yeah,
chance.
Oh, what a goal! What a goal! What a
Goal.
Oh,
insane
come
goal.
on, man.
I think
Right.
Dorian was right. Dorian
Yeah.
was right. Meyer is struggling with long range shots a little bit. He was right. Dorian was.
I wonder though if they noticed it or what. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think in the pre-game prep they must have obviously studied that. But Sane is on
Yeah.
fire, yeah, after goal. He's become a. I mean, I don't want to say it like I want him to stay injury free, touch wood, but he's become like a Gareth Bale region with that left foot. Boom,
yeah.
goal.
Both of them were out of the box.
Musiala second assist of the game, crazy, yeah.
The fact that Bayer also got to the ball.
I'm sorry, but I think Maya had to do better for that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has to do better.
If that was
Definitely
Kobel,
has to do
he
better.
would have said that if it was Kobel.
Yeah, I
Well,
think the
Dorian
shot
at
was
least-
powerful though.
Yeah, it was very powerful. But Dorian,
Yeah,
at least your scouting skills are on point, yeah. The scouting skills are on point. You walk matches well. But you actually noticed a flaw. Good. Nice.
I mean, that's a team now. Every single time we lose, it's like some out of range goal. I think it was Lubicic in Köln against Köln, Stones against City, Szoboszlai against Leipzig, and now it's Sane.
Interesting. So it's a huge pattern then that you can see. Yeah, I think like Sane, to be fair, after like when he was in the Premier League for City, he would be the one player that he would play against us. Like when City were playing against Liverpool, he always do well. And on the left flank, he was so deadly. I was like, when City finally sold him to Bayern, I was like, good riddance. He can go. I was like, I didn't mind Aguero was still a huge threat, but I didn't mind. I didn't mind like the others, but yeah, but Sane had definitely something.
Yeah, Sane, I remember this opinion is shared by a lot of Liverpool fans. Whenever Liverpool, it used to be Liverpool was a city in Pep's era, they used to be like, oh, please, just stop this guy. Stop this guy. And even though I think most Liverpool versus City matches, Liverpool had the upper hand, right? They was better. It was in Liverpool's favor. But
Yeah.
Sane was one element that used to scare a lot of Liverpool fans.
So the thing with City, Liverpool at that point, or even to this point, is if we beat City, it will be a close
Mhm.
game. But if City beat us, it will be like they will thrash us. Like there
Yeah.
is no two ways about it. So it's not like if City beats us, it's like a 4-0 or a 3-0 or something like that. It's like either we've got lost one of our players or our players are like injured and someone's just having an off day. So we've
Yeah.
not had like this game where City have won, but it's just been close. Whereas for when we've won against City, more often than not, it's been a close game, except for a few which have actually been like the Champions League. We've thrashed them 3-0 and all that. But yeah,
Some big
it's always a
challenges.
fun game.
Sorry to interrupt. Big, 2, 3 huge challenges.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I just saw that. Yeah.
Jesus. This just reminded me of the Sevilla game, but we're actually losing.
Okay, who should win Golden Boy this year? Oh, I don't know who
Bellingham,
all are
Musiala.
nominated
Bellingham,
this year.
Musiala. Nobody else. Bellingham or
I'd
Musiala.
say
One of
this.
those guys.
I'd say Bellingham this year and then Musiala next year, because
Yeah.
I mean Musiala is.
I suppose I don't know, but they also I don't know if they count like trophies and all. Then maybe
They'd
can't think
probably
of
go with
anyone
like
else.
Kamavinga or.
No, how old? I don't think. Let me see who all are. I don't even know who's involved in it.
Yeah,
I mean,
Kamavinga is
Vinny is actually only 20. Vinny is only 22. So if he's involved in it, then
I don't
yeah,
think
Vinny
Vinny
is.
can be there. It's like under 21, no?
Yeah, I suppose so. That is true. I think. Yeah. Let me try and see who all are. It's
Okay, I
difficult.
got. I think I got a list.
You got
Okay,
the list, yeah.
so we have Harvey Elliott, Fabio
Yeah, not
Carvalho.
happening. Not
We have
happening.
Marquinhos from Arsenal.
I don't think anyone.
Anthony Alanga, definitely not.
No.
We have Wilfred Monto. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah, I just saw the list. So as if Vinny is not there, then I suppose it's between these two only. And yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I would probably think. I suppose who wins it, but I suppose Musiala maybe. Kamavinga, I guess this season, if he continues to perform the way he is, that would help. But I think right now, I wouldn't
Oh,
say he is top tier there or one of the nominees.
watch Upamecano.
Oh wow! No, I think he could have taken it. He was on his left leg as well. Sane should have maybe taken it as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Not sure.
But Upamecano has been, he's very good. He's been very good this season.
Wolf is down. Wow. Every single time any of our players go down, it's just.
Yeah, but I don't think it's anything major because Komet just blasted the ball right at
his chest.
like torso. Yeah. Oh, that was crunching.
Yeah, looking at the score again, I think Özcan tried his best to tackle it, but it just ended up going to Sane's hand.
Hmm.
I have a feeling
And then he just
RDME wants to score against us. RDME is he's a Munich boy, na? He was our youth player in the academy for many years. Karim RDME.
okay. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I thought he was a Red Bull product.
Yeah, but then from there he went.
He, I think he left
Sure.
Bayern's academy because of some disciplinary issues. Went to
Yeah,
like some like third or fourth division German club. Then he was like scouted by Red Bull, and yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
But Red Bull do produce some solid talents.
the scouting is amazing, like world class scouting.
Yeah. Again, it's something that we've spoken about on the podcast before. I think season 1 of the podcast, we did a case study on the Red Bull model. So
Yeah,
if anyone's interested, go check that out. So we spoke about, of course, breaking the 50+1 rule, and also their whole network of Red Bull clubs and all of that. So yeah, that was I mean, their empire that Masterchef has built in sports is it's insane.
Yeah,
But I'm
it's like
hoping it'll be great. This is a fun one. When will Manchester United's reign begin again? Well, that would Oh no, he should have taken that. Why did he dummy it? Oh, come
I
on.
think that they're trying to be too cute, and it's pissing me off. It's just pissing me off.
no, I just saw
I mean,
that. Like,
why? Why would you do that? I think they're also doing a lot of substitutions because of the sheer packed fixture of games. Oh, question: when will, as Pradyuman said, when will
Rand,
Manchester
Rand
Yeah.
United?
still
I hope
definitely
never.
not
Um,
in the future.
Never again.
for
Stay
me,
in
it's
City
simple
shadows.
as saying that when probably the Glazers sell Manchester United.
Yeah,
I think not even then. I think they need a lot of things to be worked upon. Lot of things. There's just
Oh, I mean, I suppose the start will be there.
yeah.
I mean, it will be a start that the Glazers sell them, and then of course it depends on who the new owners are and all of that. But
Yeah.
and it also depend on whether they can pay the debt because I think the Glazers took the debt on the club, so it got
Yeah.
loans in the club. So that also depends because when they dip, they'll just be dipping without like any of like debts. That'll still be on Manchester United, and it'll be up to the club to repay it again, basically.
is Maguire overhated? Yes, I think he is a decent centre back, shafted by the price that Manchester United decided to pay for him, and then of course, oh wait, is that? Oh what? Oh come on, are you serious? What?
What does happen?
Oh
I'm
my
lagging.
god!
What?
Oh my god!
What?
How did Bayern miss that?
Oh my!
I'm sorry. How do you
no, I
miss
just
that?
saw. No, I just saw that. Oh, you're lucky.
Oh,
That Karim Adeyemi.
swear to God, if Dortmund score one and then they're back in the game now, it'll be like, why did you miss all those chances? You could have made it three easy.
I
They
mean, we
were
are
just
also the
trying to
type of
pass it too
team.
many times. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we are also the type of
They
team who can
basic
make unexpected comebacks.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
basically they took an easy chance and made it difficult.
Just overplaying it. That's what I said. They're pissing me off. This is being too intricate. Yes,
So the question we have here is it Bayern's game or Dortmund has a chance to come back? We've still got what,
We got
26
like
minutes left,
26
25
minutes.
minutes.
If
25
Dortmund get a
minutes.
goal now, it's definitely they have chance to come back. But if it goes into like the 75th minute without any, if without a Dortmund goal or if Bayern score, I think that's it. It's Bayern's game.
I would agree. Oh no, wait, was that what was that? I think it's a foul there, right, or something.
I think it is.
Was it? See, that was a good save from Alexander Maya on the previous chance. But yeah, I think the question, answering the question, I think, yeah, 2-0, the 2-0 is never a secure lead. It's never,
Yeah,
1-0 is
That's
not secure, 2-0 is also not secure. So, yeah,
2-0 is the worst result to lead on because there's always that comeback chance. You
exactly.
need to either score a third one, or it's that sort of the most precarious score line that you can have on football.
I mean, as someone who has seen our team concede like 3 goals in 6 minutes while having a 2-0 lead, I'll definitely say 2-0 is definitely not a good lead
Oh,
to
is that
have.
a penalty? Is that a no? They're not
Yeah, look,
appealing for penalty.
could be, could be,
No,
could
they
be.
they didn't
Dortmund
appeal.
did appeal.
That's oh my god, man. I don't know why, right? But every single time it's just that same spot where they could have like a penalty. Like it's just
Finally, finally, we're getting
Oh,
loads of chances. Like every minute, there's a chance from either team. Finally, good job. Now this game is
and
on.
finally, at least Dortmund are also getting involved in it. They need to, right? Because you can't.
yeah. Marius Wolf as well. I think Marius Wolf has changed the game. I think Sula's moved back to centre back and Wolf is a right back now, which he
Yeah,
usually plays
Wolf
now.
is more of Wolf is more of a wing back. I think more than a right back, he's a wing back. He attacks a lot.
I know, but for some reason, Thurs just doesn't play a back. Doesn't play a back three. For some reason, so he just plays as a right back now. If Dortmund somehow get out of
Um,
the, I'll say this: Edin Terzic is a Champions League merchant for some reason.
He's,
This,
he's a knockout merchant. He's a knockout
yeah,
merchant. Knockout.
for some reason, right? Whenever it's the Champions League, Dortmund always perform like above expectations for some reason. Like again, Sevilla was supposed to be a tough game. It wasn't a tough. Everyone expected City to thrash a 6-7, and even Dortmund fans. But that was really close. That was a really close game. And again, I mean, we won. We had to win it. So even if we are like inconsistent in the league, I think somewhat good in Europe. It was not
Yeah,
exactly a
exactly.
good
Yeah, it just shows
last
that
season.
even though league title and all that stuff consecutively, but even then, there's so much quality in the league. So much
Yeah,
quality. I mean, I generally think that if you guys are consistent and Royce and all come back, you will have a chance to beat City at home. You have a chance.
yeah,
It will be a high scoring game because even your defense is a little leaky, but your attack is very good and very impressive
yeah.
challenge.
Yeah, but I'll say this: if Koval and Royce are like fully fit for the City game, and if we keep the generals, if we keep the squad generally fit, then there's a chance that we can beat City as well. If if everything goes to plan, because we are Dortmund, sometimes we get injuries.
Yeah. Your injury FC at the moment. Yeah, I mean,
Yep,
every time there's something wrong with the medical stuff. They need to be sacked.
something is wrong with the
yeah,
medical staff. We have been injury FC for
all,
like two
all,
seasons in a
all,
row.
all the training as well. It depends. I mean, something is not right, right? You can't have so many injuries for consecutive years.
Yeah,
Coman is 1v1. Kingsley Coman is the best in the world. Yeah, he's phenomenal. 1v1.
Yeah, I think that side with Coman and Davies would have been insane because both of them 1v1 are quite lethal.
Yeah.
I would
I
say
don't know
this
what
year
Dortmund are
quite
doing.
lucky that Davies got subbed out,
Yeah.
because I would hate to
Uh,
see what him and Koman would do.
Why is Sane trying to pass to everyone? Just take a shot. You're on a streak. Stop passing to
Yeah, I know
everyone.
exactly.
At this point,
um,
they're just trying to pass it into the goal.
that is
Oh,
the
Anthony Modeste is in. Anthony Modeste, he's,
Oh,
he scores against us, right? He scores against us when he was at the FC Club.
first, but I'll just say this: Modeste is not it for Dortmund. Like he is a good player and all, but his style just doesn't suit Dortmund. He is a type of guy who will score off his head with crosses and whatnot, and we are just not known for crosses, basically. Our crossing is non-existent. We don't. I think though. I don't even think we have scored off a corner, unless it's the City one. I don't. And
Hey,
I think
Mane, are you serious?
Now, what is he doing? He's walking back.
Mane is terribly out of form right now.
I think he's gassed. He's not able to keep up with the intensity, which is surprising. He was a Klopp player. I mean, what bro?
I mean, Mane was like, Mane is just standing there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that winter training camp will do him some good. I hope we won't have a winter training camp this season because
Oh
we have
no,
a World Cup.
Qatar, right?
It's a
Yeah.
World Cup.
And he is
Like,
a part of Senegal, right? They qualified.
yeah, they
I suppose
qualified.
that
They're
is
in
winter.
Group A right now.
That will be his winter training camp.
Yeah.
Oh, that needed to be more precise for Mane there. The idea was right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know why, but it
Bundesliga
looks
not
like
playing. Go on. Yeah.
I just saw, but from my point of view, it looked like Mane was jogging towards the ball instead of running.
But for
Go on,
Mane, it is like that. Like he jogs a bit and then he accelerates at the right time when he's forced to press.
yeah.
Adeyemi. Oh my god, so fast. Adeyemi is.
Dorian, I think the noise
Yeah.
is back. Yeah. Can you just see if you can change that? I don't know if it's your output is like I can hear myself. That's the problem. I don't know if you can.
Maybe I think it's probably just my mic acting up. If I unplug and plug it in, maybe it can.
Try doing that. Can't have.
I just unplugged and plugged it in.
Okay. Yeah. Oh no, I can hear myself now. Still. Try unplugging it off and then try just can you hear the mic without the earphone? Just try seeing that if it works. I just want to try it out. Hello.
Yeah, I was able to hear.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think this is a little bit better. I don't have that dull thud noise. So if you can hear me, that's perfect.
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh, big chance. Big chance from Bayern.
Was it
Yeah, I'm
Goretzka
able
again?
to see.
Again, one more long shot. So close.
Goretzka's gonna just give me nightmares at this point. Long shots are just gonna give me nightmares.
So even Fonzie's replacement, Stanisic, he's actually a natural right back. He's right-footed, but he's doing very well at left back. Yeah. He's Adeyemi has a speed advantage, of course, but he's doing very well. Oh, good ball. See, Modeste is in. Oh,
Modeste.
oh my god. Oh my
Oh,
god, it's on.
Oh,
It's
what a
on.
goal! It is on. The game's on.
Oh wait, did this go? Wait, let me just see. Let's go, B. Let's go. Who scored? Moukoko. It's Moukoko. Let's go. Moukoko gets his first KLASSIKER goal.
I thought he fluffed his chance
Moukoko
when he
made the goal,
when he stumbled a bit, but fair enough, man.
Good finish.
Let's go,
Very good.
game on. So the
Game
last
on.
15 minutes are going to be tense.
Oh, it's going to be
Yeah.
fun.
Whew. I have to change this now. Why is it on? Come on.
But I'll say that Moukoko has definitely been on fire this season,
Yeah.
at least. Like, as a hard replacement, I think he works much better than Modeste simply because he can just score with his feet. And he's also like now scored in both derbies, the KLASSIKER and the away derby.
Great. I mean, we've definitely got a match on our hands, which is exactly what we wanted. Yeah, this definitely. I wonder now whether Bayern will rue all those missed chances, especially that big missed chance where they.
Okay, I know this would be unlikely, but imagine if Dortmund somehow pull like a comeback. Then imagine all
Oh,
the
yeah.
chances.
It's not unlikely. I suppose maybe it's a little unlikely for a win, but it's not unlikely for a draw. Like I think a draw is very much on
Yeah,
the
I mean,
cards here.
it can happen. It can happen.
Yeah, draw
See,
is very
because
much on the cards.
Dortmund is playing on a home patch. Match is on. Hold on. There's another foul.
Oh,
What
that
is
was
this?
bad. That was bad. That was a bad foul. Yeah, you have to call it back. You can't play advantage for that. That was a pretty bad foul. That's a yellow card, right?
Can
Who's that? Coman.
this?
Yeah.
That's Bellingham.
Oh, what the? Should we just?
Oh, he was so late on that tackle.
So let's go yellow for Coman. This game has been cards galore.
Yeah, but
I don't think this is
that's
party.
given the given the intensity, it is expected, right? These are
Yep.
this is probably arguably one of the few biggest matches in
In the
Bundesliga. This is
Bundesliga
probably one of
calendar.
the Leipzig ones. So, and then you have Schalke also for Dortmund. So
So the away derby.
that's yeah. So yeah, these games you expect that to happen, but fortunately, I suppose you can say that none of them have actually been red card worthy. So they've sort of erred
Yeah.
on the side of caution that way.
Yeah, but normally in previous Klassikers, I've never seen so many yellows. It's very rare in a Klassiker there's so many yellows.
Yep.
It's more a lot of end-to-end action. But here the end-to-end action has started in the second half. First half, everything was very
Yep.
clogged up in the middle half.
But also what we're seeing right now is both midfielders struggling to get the ball off. So it's kind of trying to, a misplaced pass and then trying to recover it, and that's leading to these rash challenges. In previous years, like you had better midfields or they were more in tune to the passing, so didn't probably have as many. But this one is kind of like, oh, I've lost the ball, I'm going to try and retrieve it again. Oh, I fouled someone. So those are a lot more common.
I mean, one more reason I'm worrying a lot is how do I put this? One more reason I worry a lot is because we already had a very intense game against Sevilla, like
Yeah.
just a few days ago, where there were many fouls, and I'm just worrying, will two very intense games in a row just cause a whole bunch of injuries? Because when we are not even playing intense, even then we are getting injuries. So what happens when you are playing two very intense games in a row with like tons and
No,
tons?
that's true. I can understand the skepticism of the I suppose, yeah, I skepticism or worry. Ahaan, I forgot to ask you in all of this, but what's happened to Muller? Is he not? Is he injured or
COVID. He
something?
I
was
think it's COVID.
COVID. Yeah. So
Right.
Kimmich
Okay.
asked her. Muller has still got a little bit of a cold or something, so that's why he's not in today.
Okay. All right. Oh yes, I did remember. I remember reading that article about. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I forgot about it. So I'm like this. Somebody when he crossed that ball recently, I was like, wait, Muller normally is on the head, like
He's
inside
on
the
that ball.
box, looking for the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that ball. So
Yeah.
I was like, wait, there's somebody missing. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, I just want to answer a couple of these questions. So, why is Ten Hag not playing Ronaldo? Well, I first off because I don't think he wanted Ronaldo in the team. I don't think he really fancies. He's more looking at building up a team with the youth talent that he has, rather than rely on Ronaldo. So I suppose that is why Ten Hag's not playing Ronaldo. I don't see why he still play him, but I suppose he's trying to make sure that United don't rely solely on Ronaldo and their goals and his goals like last season. So maybe that is one reason why he isn't playing him. And I also guess it does make sense, I suppose, not to have him playing every game, but to try and keep him fit for the major games, the big games, where they require him, or even off the bench if they need someone to score the winning goal or something like that. And is Darwin Nunes a flop? Well, I think I mean,
For
he is
now,
struggling to adapt.
yeah, right now he's struggling to adapt. Yeah.
He's not a flop.
Um,
It's too reactionary. It's such a
yeah,
reactionary take. Just give him some time to just.
I, the thing is, he has publicly come out and said that he doesn't understand anything that Klopp says. So he is trying to grips with the English language, and because he has to ask someone like Fabinho or Thiago who speak Portuguese, right, or Spanish. He
It's
needs to get that.
Spanish.
So Spanish, right? Uruguay, yeah, Spanish. So, or if he's learned Portuguese in the Portuguese league. So, what either that. So who's that? Choupo-Moting is coming on
that's super moting.
for Mane. For Mane.
I would say this the only reason why Nunes is perceived as a flop is probably because of the fact that he is being compared with Erling Haaland, and as you all know, Erling Haaland is the beast.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose that was inevitable, given that both teams had lost a striker and they had gone for the traditional number 9. Listen, I like Nunes. I'm not saying that he wouldn't play or whatever. So Nunes is struggling right now, and that I can't deny. So it's clear. But like we've seen a lot of these players, that they do probably adapt come the second year. So we'll probably see that maybe, or it'll be a better time to judge him next year.
Oh my god! Oh my god! How did he?
Oh my god! Oh, okay. I don't know how you missed it, Dorian.
Go on, Modeste.
I'm just
what
seeing
you
that.
guys did there.
Modeste. What's a Modeste or Buki?
No, Modeste. Oh, he just absolutely shanked
Can
it.
this
My god.
guy? Can Modeste? At least use your head, man. You're better with your head. What a ball, man. Modeste! What is Modeste doing? Is he rolling the ball into the...
Yeah, he's a funny. Well, so I mean, but Adeyemi, I told you, Adeyemi is in inspired form and mood. He's going to do something, man, today.
Yeah, he's... Modeste. If it was... I'd say this, at least give us Bino Gittins up front, and he would have come his head off.
He's injured, right, Bino Gittins?
Yeah, dislocated shoulder, same as the Hood. This team and...
I think now the whole intensive schedule is starting to show, because players have started to misplace passes and not tracking back so much.
Yeah.
Before 4 minutes.
I would say this Marius Wolf and Niklas Füllkrug have to be in the German squad.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about Wolf, to be honest, but Füllkrug, yes, I agree.
Okay. Oh, that was naughty.
If there was a chance for a comeback, that would have been it.
Yeah, that was 2-2, yeah. I mean, if it was, say, I think Sebastian Aller at the end of it, that would have been 2-2. But
I would say this even if it was... yeah. If it was like Marlin, that would have been a goal because Marlin at least like he
Mal.
shoots well. That's it. Like he shoots well, but he just doesn't know how to finish properly. But at that what is it distance, there's no way you can miss it at that point.
Twice. Take the shot, man. Oh, what was that? I mean, I told you take the shot, but not like
Trivela.
that.
I'm not read the Trivela
Coman.
comment and Mazraoui.
No,
What
it wasn't
is
Coman.
the,
Mazraoui.
was it Sane who tried
Mazraoui.
the
Mazraoui.
Mazraoui.
Mazraoui?
Mazraoui's car. Yeah.
I don't know why they're not really using Mazraoui that much. To I'm being honest.
Let's see. Might take some time. Oh.
Last time I just remember last time in the Super Cup we made a bad mistake in the defense and conceded a goal in the dying end minutes.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I remember it was a back pass. I think it was a Kanji and
Yeah.
Koval. Burki involved or something. I don't know. Koval wasn't there, I think.
Yep. Please. Yeah. Ah. These are that games make me stressed.
Got what? Another 5 minutes plus added time. The second half has actually gone quite fast as opposed to the first
Yep.
half. I think
Because
there's a
it
lot more
turned
action. So
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And end to end. It's been end to end so in the second half.
oh,
Sula's going into the box. He's going
this
into the box.
Please get
Sula.
it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, he just sliced it right through, right across the entire box.
I what was that? No, I can't lie. I think that was more like a Guerrero goal than a Guerrero cross. If I'm being honest. If that was a shot, then who was he shooting at? Man, stop playing this replay. I'm getting just a proper. Even if it was like a just a little bit of a proper touch, that's in. That's in the net because it's rolling.
Yep.
That's our throw. That's our throw. Hey, it should have been 3-0 yeah, already. It should have been 3-1 right now, but we are too cute. Trying to be too
3-1 or
Yeah.
4-1.
yeah, 3-1 or
Way
4-1.
too
It should
cute.
be 3-1 or 4-1. Way too cute.
No, I think if both goals, it should have at least been 3-2 or 4-2 maybe. But
Yeah.
that goal where they kept passing it for
Yeah.
Bayern's, that third one was insane. They should have. So Borussia fall to fifth, is it? Who's fourth then?
I think it's Bremen.
Werder Bremen are in crazy good form.
Yep.
Union is crazy good form. Freiburg has been in a few for the past few years in some quite decent form.
Somebody's coming.
For
Oh,
some reason, it's just like mid-table, like usual mid-table teams should expect to finish mid-table are now doing quite well, especially Union.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is when we bought in the title. They were in the second division or something, no? They were in the second division, yeah.
Where's Gio Reyna?
I think he was supposed to. I don't think he's on the bench, is he? I don't think he's on
Let
the
me try and
bench.
see. Let me try and see if I can move this up. No, he's not on the bench.
Right?
Wait, is he
I'm getting
injured
into
or
the final
something?
few.
No, right?
I think he was like given a few days off because during the international break he was said to have been experiencing like muscle tightness. So I think they were thinking
Okay.
about whether they should play him, and they said no, let's just rest him again.
we need to make this 3-1 and close the game out. We need to do it now.
I'll forever be angry at Modeste because for some reason every single time he gets a big chance, he somehow just messes it up. Like if Modeste just knew how to shoot with his feet, yeah, that's like what that's he
Commands
could have
off.
easily won a lot of the games.
Coman, yeah, definitely. Yep. Coman is off.
Second
Oh,
year. Second
Ooh,
year.
yeah.
second year already. It's a red.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he just came over at halftime.
You, you know what, right? The whole left side is just messed up then. No Davies, no Coman. It's pretty weak on the left.
That is very bad. That he should know better. You're in the
Yeah.
final few minutes
Yeah,
of.
he's just come back.
That's very poor. That's very, very poor.
4 minutes. 4 minutes.
4 minutes to do a lot of things.
Plenty of time.
Foul. Adeyemi
Plenty of
foul.
time.
What is? Why are they losing? Everybody losing their cool. Everybody's gone crazy. Everybody's gone crazy.
Yep, it's
Who was that? Adeyemi definitely got signed. Was it Adeyemi? Who's that? No, who's the one
I don't know.
who Sane? Couldn't see.
I don't know. I think both of them hit each other or something. I don't know. But I will say this for the fact that we playing this well without any of the creativity that Marcos or the like
Oh,
like
they're gonna
secondly
go.
that
Both of them should have yellows. I think both of them.
if both of them go off, it's gonna be the craziest.
No.
Yellow.
Yeah, just be yellow.
So let's see. So Adeyemi held him, pulled him back. Then Sane got pissed off and reacted.
Yeah.
Look at no, Sane is one is intentional. Na? He got pissed off.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, Sane is lucky there though. That's high.
Oh my gosh!
That is.
But I will say Adeyemi is holding the wrong part of the body. He hit him in the chest, not on the neck, in the face.
I think we need to
Come
keep
on,
the
Bayern
ball.
are one man down.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Why are you?
Minutes left.
Get at least a corner, man. Okay, good. You got a corner. You got 2 minutes.
I mean, we are not
left.
really good at corners, so I'm not exactly thinking. I'm not exactly hopeful for this. This is going to be an exceptionally tight game.
Oh. Where's the ball? Oh, there it is. Oh, no. Get it back.
Meyer. Shit.
Oh. He's gonna launch it. Oh, he's gonna launch it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, nice one, Stanley. Nice one. Nice one, Stanisic. He's done pretty well.
Yeah. Well, we got another.
We should score the third. Yes. No.
What's happening?
Meyer.
Oh, that's a.
Okay.
Block him. Nice. 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Meyer.
Dortmund must have been wishing that Coman got sent off earlier. At least they had more time to
Yeah.
play against.
Good, Modeste.
Oh, cleared off.
Oh, Schlotterbeck has kept it in. Oh my God, he's kept it in. Oh God, 2-2. Shit. Oh my God.
What?
Oh
my God! Moukoko again.
What?
What? Last second. Oh my God!
Oh, let's go! Anthony Modeste! Let's
Modeste.
go!
Modeste.
Oh my god. Oh
Let's
my
do the game.
god.
My
Oh,
Let's
God,
go!
yeah.
goosebumps.
Modeste!
Oh, that is.
Modeste is redeemed himself. Oh. Now I'm actually getting goosebumps. We haven't lost. Finally, 8th game losing streak comes to an end.
My
Slaughterbeck,
God.
Oh, he
bro.
so good from Schlotterbeck to keep it in. So good. Was it?
Thank you.
I
Let's
was
go.
expecting this.
Schlotterbeck or yeah, it was Schlotterbeck.
It was
Oh
Slaughterbeck.
my god, that was
Oliver Kahn is
bad
pissed
by.
off.
Yeah. That was
My
assist.
heart is actually beating. My heart is beating like crazy.
He is so pissed. He is so pissed off. Oh my god, I did not see that coming. I did
Khan,
not see that
Khan is
coming.
actually angry. Khan is pissed
Oh.
off as hell.
Alright, so that is the end of the game.
That is bad.
And it ends. Oh, I forgot to change it, but yep, it ends.
Thank God.
I wanna-
Thank God.
But very nice game, yeah. Very, very nice game.
Yeah, it was the second half, especially, was insane. Like really, really good fun
Yeah.
to watch.
Oh, that
And,
was
I think
fun.
I don't know about you guys, but I think a 2-2 result is probably fair in a way. I think Bayern were made to pay for their cutesy
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
I mean, see,
It just looked like
As
they were
well as
trying to
the
pass around the
Dortmund.
ball into the net.
this game was a lock after we made it 2-0. This game was a
Yeah,
lock. Like we should have finished it off then and there.
yeah. And
I would say if
Dortmund
had Modeste not scored in that
definitely.
header, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I think Dortmund definitely were quite low after the second goal, and it was all for the taking there. But yeah, a couple of misplaced passes, and that I don't know what they were doing for that chance, the third goal attempt. But I mean, Dortmund, credit to them, they actually got back, made them pay, and it's a. I think this was one of the. So when I posted about this, somebody commented, a previous guest on this podcast. He commented saying, "I can see this as a draw, and Union and Freiburg will still remain top." And he was right. I think it took us right to the last few dying seconds of the game, but he was right. It ended up as a draw. Dorian, last thoughts on the game before we call it a day. Final thoughts.
I would say this: when Modeste missed that chance with at the 75th minute, I was like, "That's it." At this point, Bayern will probably try and park the bus. They try to defend as much as they can. But I'm actually pretty shocked that I think the Coman record really just changed on its head. But after that, Dortmund were pretty much attacking, and there was
They
a bit
had
of
to.
they had to basically. And there was a bit of a scare after Meyer came up front, but Schlotterbeck, I think Schlotterbeck did really great with that block, with preventing it from going outside, and the cross to Modeste.
Yeah.
And overall, as a game, I would say for a Dortmund team, which is again exactly up to par, they're not in form. They have a lot of injuries. And again, they are not exactly having a lot of creativity up front. This is a pretty decent result. I mean, and again, ending a streak of 8 games ending a streak of 8 games, 8 losses. I think that would also be a pretty sweet trade-off. I'd say. I mean, a win would have been great, but at least we didn't lose with such a crippled squad.
Fair enough. I think you take what you can. Ahaan, your final thoughts as well on the game.
Yeah, I think we should have won. We should have won after the 65th minute when we made it 2-0. And I think as soon as we went 2-0 up, I think we became a little complacent. in terms of all the intricacy in and around the box. And I think two short goals should have scored at least one, so we still would have won. But I think very good game from Dortmund, and especially once Coman was sent off for a challenge. I think once they had a man advantage for the last, I don't know how many minutes it was, I think 10, 12 minutes, they went all out. So, yeah, a good game. I think both teams are still in the same place in the league, third and fourth. They were still in third and
Yep.
fourth. Yeah, but if Union or Freiburg, if they win tomorrow, then they'll go, I don't know how many, like 4 points clear of both Bayern and Dortmund, which is like
Yeah, I'll
crazy.
say 4 points. Jude
Yeah,
at
and
the
every,
camera.
Yeah.
yeah, in every other league, it's like the usual suspects which are on top. But in Germany, it's like Union Berlin and Freiburg. Like nobody predicted that before the start
No
of the
one.
season.
Oh, but that's
I don't
that's the
even think
beauty of
Udon
football.
like yeah. I don't even think at the start of like what before the lockdown, I don't even think anyone would have even predicted Union to even qualify for Europe, let alone be like top of the league.
Mm.
Yeah,
I would only
exactly.
like to
So
I would only like to say that for us, at least this season, the league is tougher than Europe.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
We are
that is
struggling.
true.
I mean, we are not expected.
I don't know how have you guys
That's
not
not
managed
saying
to
something.
like
That's saying something. That's saying something. Given that your group stage is the group of death with Barcelona and Inter Milan. So
So
yeah.
far, we are at
Dorian, you
nine.
were saying something?
right. Okay, before I say, I remember you saying that the every single time you could on the podcast every single time Dortmund had lost every single time we had a watch along. I mean, we didn't lose. Also didn't win. We didn't lose. So
Yeah,
maybe change.
This must feel for every
exactly.
Dortmund fan right now. This must feel like a win, like a huge win, because that
Yeah.
streak has ended. You were 2-0 down, could have been worse, but you came back.
Yeah, it's like
Some
I think this is the type of game which will go down like the history books. Huh? Like how in the last 15 minutes Dortmund just changed the game. And
I I think also from like a mental point of view, it's a huge mental boost going into a busy period because like for Dortmund, like you said, after those previous results, to come back, it'll give the entire stadium, the fans, the players, they got their kids and everything all already out there. But it'll really give them like a huge mental boost for the future, and hopefully that they go on to play better, try and get a few more good results, not only in Europe and but in the league as well. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
but yeah,
I
go
think
on,
it's a
Ahaan.
for Dortmund. I think it's a very good confidence booster for Anthony Modeste, because Modeste was being absolutely, for a lack of a better word, shat on by Dortmund fans. But
yeah.
in the winner against
And
Bayern, my God, what a boost in his rep.
no, but can you imagine like he gets shut on by the fans and then he misses that chance, that glorious chance from zero to hero basically, because he missed that chance and people would have been on his case like 100 fold, and then for him to actually score the winning goal, I'm sure a few of the fans would still be like, damn it, if he had scored that previous goal we would have actually won it. But
Yeah, you would
I mean,
actually
you
want
take
it.
what you
I you
yeah,
take what you can, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
correct.
yeah, you take what you get. So but yeah, I guess that's how the ball rolls in the Bundesliga, and it ends 2-2 Borussia Munich. And Ahaan and Dorian, you've been great company throughout this game. It's a pleasure to host you on this podcast. Glad to have you on here. And I can't wait to host you again for similar such watch alongs or for different other podcasts. So thank you for being a part of this. And yeah, hope to see you soon.
It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
bro.
you, Dorian.
Uh, and
Thank
thank
you,
you
Han.
to all of Dorian's friends on the chat box who kept us company as well. And despite a few of the comments, of course, but but the ones that actually were, asked about football topics and all that, great to have you on here, and hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please do hit the like button. You can comment down below on the video. You can share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've got plenty of this coming up in the near future. Plus, we've got other stuff as well, like we do tier listing and just our normal podcast as well. So go check that out there. And if you want to listen, if you prefer listening to the podcast, then we do have weekly podcasts, which are just audio version. So go check that out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You can go check that out on there. Also check us out on Instagram and on Twitter, so where we try and keep as active as possible. But I guess that's about it for episode number 5 of season 2 of the E2E series. I'm your host, Pratty, once again. You stay safe and see you.